Nature gives us all sorts of delightful things. It gives us these little swords that fall out of tulip poplar trees. It gives us flowers and food and all sorts of delights. And it also gives us deer. And deer eat all those delightful things. These are called sunchokes, sometimes called fartichokes because of the farts. And this was once a very lush patch of them. And by once, I mean yesterday. So last night, I guess the deer have discovered that this is just outside the range of my motion detector sprinkler up there. And as you can see, they've mowed it all down. You can see just sort of nip through the branches. That's the other thing about deer. They don't just eat the leaves. They will bite straight through woody branches of shrubs and trees. So the best thing I found, the most cost-effective thing, is motion detector sprinklers. All right, so first steps. We're gonna assemble the thingamabob. Then we're gonna attach it to the doohickey. And then eventually we're gonna take it all out front and integrate it into the whatnot. Now, this is not an endorsement of this particular brand. I'm just showing you in general the best thing that I found for keeping deer out of things that you don't want deer in is motion detector sprinklers. That is, if you live in a place with ample water. If you're out west, this is impractical. You shouldn't waste water just squirting at creatures, you know? There's better ways to interact with creatures than squirting them in the west. But here, in general, we have fairly ample water supply. We are on a well system with septic, so we pump it out of the ground, everything lands back on the ground, seeps back in, filters itself through. It's sort of a closed system. I mean, that's not entirely true because obviously, you know, you squirt it around randomly in the air, it hits things and evaporates off of them. But anyway, the point that I started with was that this is not an endorsement of this particular brand, which is, I guess, True Rid. But out the corner of my eye, it always just looks like turd. But this is like the cheapest, most easily available one that I could find. And it's relatively easy to maintain and assemble, and the quality is halfway decent. I mean, this is all stuff that, like, I mean, no matter where you get it from, it's all stuff these days that just like, you know, falls off of giant freighters in the Pacific by the shipping container full, and they barely even adjust the inventory for it. So that's just the state of the world these days. That's the way everything is. Okay, so that is the assembled system. We're going to attach these this quick connect system to the doodad, and so I'll show you how that goes. This just makes everything much easier to work with once it's in place. So I'm going to put a male quick connect end on the hose here. And I'll take the corresponding female end out with me to connect to the other sprinklers, because basically what's happening here is I'm making a daisy chain of these sort of things. So you can see on it that there is sort of two hose fittings here. And so water can flow in one side and out the other, powering the sprinkler in the middle. And you can connect them in series that way. You can also put Y connectors on them to split it and have the output go to two different sprinklers, which we've also done in the front yard. So on the other end of the hose from the male, I'm going to put in a ball valve, and then a female end of the quick connect. like so. Now the female ends you don't want to tighten down too much because there is a little like sort of, well, it's a sphincter. There's a little sphincter in there. It's a little gasket that the male end presses against inside, like so, in order to create a seal around there. If you tighten this up too much, it makes the sphincter get all cattywampus and doesn't connect well, and it causes a leak when it's connected. So let's go connect all this to the whatnot out there. Well, actually, one more thing. You need to put this male quick connect on the actual unit. Now the other thing that it comes with is a plug right there. So if this is the end of the line, or if you just have one out there, which would also make it the end of the line, you just leave that plugged up. All right, let's go do it. I'll show you what I am trying to prevent right here. This is an aronia tree. Makes edible berries, or it would if they would leave it alone, but they don't. This is the only real leaves on it right here, because you can see they just bite through the twigs and just eat all of that and break them. They're not delicate creatures. Same with this persimmon here. They just will not let anything grow. They have a chicksaw plum over here, and it's doing a little better foliage wise, but they have nibbled it back quite a bit. They don't seem to mess with the pomegranate. That's kind of nice. They leave the pomegranate completely alone. I guess it must taste really, really bad. But I've had to put little fences around all my peaches, the pawpaws, there, and there. The fig, I'm surprised they've let it go as far as they have. But these blueberries here, I haven't protected them, and they don't do anything because they have so much foliage stripped away every year. They just end up looking like this. It's just sticks with a couple little tufts of foliage here and there, and that's not enough to support berries and fruit production. So that sprinkler, the last one is right over there on the other side of that sunchoke patch. Like I said, I'll carry it around, probably put it in the ground somewhere right about here, spraying that way towards the orchard, and we'll see how that goes. So this is the hose that we have put the quick connect ends on. And so this sprinkler that was existing, I put this in the other day to protect the sunchokes, is the current end of the line. So it has this cap right here. So we just need to replace that cap with the female quick connect end. Turn off the pressure first, or else you will get squirted in the face, which I almost did. Would have been funny though, right? Okay. Now we can connect the male end of the hose brigade. All good. Now to just drag this hose out there, put the sprinkler in the ground, and connect it up. All right, so here we are out here closest to the orchard. Got the end of our hose that we've connected to the system that way. Got this end, got our cap on. Gonna rotate this to be facing essentially south. Gonna point the eye of the system, so this is essentially its range of view, this curved piece here. And so I'm going to put that aimed towards the nursery that I want to protect. I immediately hit a rock, of course. Okay. Connect the water supply. Open that valve, turn this system off for now. All right, should have pressure now. A lot of air in the system.
Yeah, this quick connect system is pretty great because coupled with this ball valve, you can turn off the pressure there, relieve it from anything downstream, and then you can just disconnect it and you can have your other garden tools connect to it very quickly. Oh, turn the ball valve back on. And then just as easily disconnect. Another great thing is if you're mowing or doing something out here, you just need to get the hose out of the way. That is a very nice feature as well. Yeah, so system's in place. I think it's time for a full system test.
Eventually, it's just going to be deer eating each other.